FM, KWTN, the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe in Nebraska. So, B Luv, we've been away for a couple weeks, man.
Couple.
Well, I mean, last week we're out, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I kind of wanted to start off the show, you know, we was gone last week because we were busy at a couple funerals.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so I did want to the funerals that we went to. You know, the people that we lost were some big sports fans.
Yep.
And I just wanted to take a little time. You know, our Dega Buzz, you know, state horseshoe thrower. You know, Dega Louie LaRose. You know, he's a avid Winnebago Indians fan at every game. You know. And then we lost some more relatives from down south too, you know, and I know that we were really kind of highlighting those twin girls from down in Omaha Nation for the volleyball.
Yep.
And unfortunately they lost their pops too, and they were all avid sports fans, bro.
Yep.
So I just want to take just a short moment of silence just for those families, out of respect, you know. All right, so bro, so we've been gone for extra week, you know, and so there's a lot of things that happened in the past couple of weeks, you know, and then we're basketball season's just next week starts, you know.
Yep, that's right.
So
for the high school, right?
For the high school, junior high and middle school and the youth leagues basketball started a couple weeks back. Mm-hmm. And we did talk about those in the last couple of the shows and stuff like that. So we are going to get to those guys again, too, a little bit later on in the show, you know. But we did want to try to give some early shout-outs, you know. First early shout-out I want to give, have it on the list today, is Pee Wee basketball. Mm-hmm. Pee Wee basketball, kindergarten, first and second grade, the cutest basketball there ever is, you know. And I really like to watch these little guys play ball because a lot of them, they got real cool shoes, and they got two shooting sleeves and the headband and the little faux hawk, and they're all decked out, ready to play some ball, you know. Yep. And that's the cutest thing ever, man.
Look good, play good.
Yes, indeed. And then the parents get their first taste. A lot of these young parents are getting their first taste of what it's like to be a basketball mom or a basketball dad.
Yep.
And that in itself is beautiful, I think, too, because we all go through it. So, shout out to those parents for all the Pee-wees. And then the next one, I want to give a little shout out to the youth boys and girls teams that we just now talked about. I mean, we have a couple of our teams, girls and boys, that have been bringing a couple of championships home already early in the season, and that's really good.
Yep. Good confidence builder.
It's a good confidence builder, and it's a kind of good for the fans, kind of show us like where we're at.
Sure.
At the level that we're playing at, you know. So shout out to those boys and girls and the coaches, all the coaches that are involved with those guys. They don't get paid for it. They are doing it for the love of the game, the love for their kids and stuff. So
exactly. Yep.
Anyway, so shout out to those guys. I guess keep on playing hard. And when your guys' team has practice, get there.
Yep.
Get to practice, okay? Don't be missing out on practice, because that could mess with your playing time.
Yep.
You might be going over your offense or your defense or something, as simple as dribbling drills that you're missing. So get there.
Get there.
All right. Another shout out, bro. I put this one on here. The golf kids. We took a group of kids up to Rapid City not too long ago.
I remember.
And every one of those boys have been on the golf course in the past couple weekends because it's been nice.
Nice. Yep.
And so shout out to those guys for keeping that dream for this year's golf season in the spring alive.
Yep.
And and then you guys remember when it gets too cold, Winnevegas. A little shout out to Winnevegas. Has that the golf simulator room out there, and I mean, if you got the right connections, you might be able to get a little discount out there.
Yep.
Tell them Coach Q sent you.
Don't do that because you'll be paying double. Coach Viola's out there.
So Winnevegas, if you're listening, you guys get ready. We got some kids gonna be coming out there for practice.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I guess give a shout out to all the college, all the Ho-Chunk in the Omaha and the Santee, and all the other natives around. Give a shout out to all the college athletes that just started their basketball season a couple weeks ago, and then also the high school athletes that are going to be starting next week. Mm-hmm. So next week Winnebago starts their season off on Jamboree. And
Omaha South?
And they'll play Omaha South. And Omaha South, I don't think last year, but it might have been the year before, the state champions.
I don't know.
They were Class B a couple years back.
Class B?
I think Class B or Class A.
They got to be Class A.
We'll check on that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll check on that. But but a tough team all the time.
Always
dunking. Every year they get dunks on Winnebago all the time. So
I think I'd like to see that track record with that since we moved them as a Jamboree team, because I think our boys been slapping around a little bit.
I think we might be at an even like 2-2 or something like that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because remember they had South Sioux for a couple of years too for Jamboree. Anyway, I believe they got South Sioux on the actual schedule this year.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. So. Wow. We'll have to check that out. So yeah, shout out to all those athletes out there, all the native athletes out there getting theirs.
That's right.
Getting theirs. Continue on, guys. Stand up proud for your nation, and play as hard as you can. You represent all of us.
And have fun.
Yes, have fun. All right, so bro, I wanted to get into a little spotlight. We did a spotlight a couple weeks back for the Hayworth Hoops, the East High League that's been going on for over 30 years, that Winnebago's actually been a part of for the last 24.
Mm-hmm.
But the highlight I wanted to do today, and we'll just talk about it a little bit, is the Arena sports team up there, the Arena Youth Basketball League they have up there in Sioux City. Yep. And for the older ones, it's the old Hobby Lobby. It's the old Hobby Lobby up there by the mall. They transitioned that whole facility into a 5 basketball court, gymnasium. So all kind of stuff going on up there. But that's what I was going to try to highlight a little bit of.
Nice.
So my good friend up there, he's the founder. His name is Dustin Cooper. Shout out Coop. We met him the very first year at Open, and our boys and our girls basketball teams have a good relationship up there with the arena. And they're always, open arms to any team that we have from Winnebago, whether it be a team like our Warpath teams or just any kind of throw together team. You're always welcome to, Winnebago people and the Omaha people. And this year, Santee actually bringing teams down, driving down on Sundays.
Yeah, I've seen Santee have a team up there a couple years now though, but it looks like they're bringing more different age bracket kids down.
Yeah.
So.
And that's actually good for all the residents, man. I mean, it's great for all of us. It's right here,
Yeah.
And so so the way that I kind of put it one time as I was speaking about it, and also talking about the Hayworth Hoops, though, is the arena and Hayworth Hoops, they're like a godsend to the Winnebago community. It's the way I think.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people might disagree with me because of the officiating in both facilities, and sometimes they hear it from our fans anyway. But we do have a good relationship with them when it comes to our team, our community, and then their program, what they're trying to run.
Mm-hmm.
And we get multiple teams in. And over 5 years ago, it wasn't like this. Our teams would get probably about 20 games in a season, maybe if you went to tournaments, maybe 30.
Mm-hmm.
But with the addition of the arena up there and their basketball leagues, our programs get to see right around 65 games a season.
Dang.
65 games. This is including, because the arena has, they automatically have a preseason tournament. They have all the league games, and then they have a tournament in January, a tournament in December, and a tournament in February. That's all paid for if you're in the league, and then they have a end of the season tournament. So there, right there, is 5 tournaments. That's minimum 15 games right there.
Yeah.
So that's just the tournament. That's not even including every league game that we have.
Yeah.
And then there's other tournaments, not programs, but other entities that run tournaments out of the arena as fundraisers and whatnot, that we also get to take part of. And so that's like another 2 tournaments per year. So, and so, but that's what I said for that's a godsend to our people, because we are known as a basketball community, even though a lot of other sports are that are coming up. But it is a godsend for us because our kids get so much more experience. And then we don't have to play all these small schools here around Nebraska. All your small little I don't know what you call them, little rural towns and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just played them for years, for years and years, and just slapped around for years. So, it's good to get the competition of the big cities.
Sure. Yeah.
And then the amount of games you play, the level of competition you play, it's, bro, win or lose.
Yeah.
Win or lose, you're still learning like how to play at a higher level, no matter what. So
that's good.
Anyway, so shout out to Coop and all his staff up there, man. They do a really good job up there. They're really making a change in this tri-state area because there's a lot of different communities such as Winnebago. I mean, I've seen Wall Hill, I've seen Oman Nation, I've seen Bancroft teams up there before, Homer's up there now. All those small towns that surround Sioux City, everybody's up there now.
Yep.
So we're getting a taste of all that kind of stuff. So
that's good. Good experience for them kids.
Yes, indeed. So if you are interested, they do have, the arena does have summer basketball. And if you're interested, just go to their website or go to their Facebook page and go check it out. All the information is on there. They don't just do basketball, bro. They do volleyball. They do baseball.
Dance.
They do softball. They do dance. They do 7-on-7 football. Man, they just got all kind of stuff up there.
That's cool.
And so yeah, if you're interested in getting your child involved in something like that, man, check it out. Go check out the arena. So
that'd be something. I mean, I think when the new Boys and Girls Club get open, is that something they're kind of like pushing for, or something similar to that?
Well, I'm glad you brought that discussion up because, bro, I was on the way up here. I was thinking, there's been so much talk, but not too much movement on a new recreational facility here in Winnebago. Not the Boys and Girls Club, because that's gonna be for the kids. That's gonna be just for the Boys and Girls Club. And if there's teams playing out of the Boys and Girls Club, they'll probably be able to use it. But we're talking about like a rec center. And I know that there's been blueprints drawn up before for this 3-court rec center, but then nobody's made a move yet. So I know that there's a lot of I can't say big wigs, but there's a lot of minds that are tribal leaders that, hey, if somebody gets the ball rolling, it might be a snowball effect that we might be able to see something like that here, by the time our time's done, and that'd be great to see, so how about this? Any listeners out there that have any list of foundations or any kind of monies out there, maybe inbox me and let us know if there's anything you guys could do on some funding for that project there. And maybe we'll get Coach Huge on that one.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on, bro. Anyway, shout out to Coop and the arena. We'll see you guys next week. The state appearance, the Winnebago Public School esports went on and qualified for the state. I guess it's the state competition, right? And
you got me on this one.
No, it's a state competition out there, and I believe they went to Wayne State that held this competition this time, and they did really good. We had 3 teams. We had 3 teams that qualified, and I asked Coach Bales if he was able to get up here and do a little segment on his team, and he wasn't able to attend this evening. So I told him, I'll send me info, and I'm going to send it out to everybody. So here it is. I don't know how to do Coach Bales' voice, else I would, but okay. So the team that qualified for the Valorant team was Zane Bassett, Devin Houghton, Damon Pear, Early Snow, Caleb Snake, and the subs were G-Boy Earth, and then Huge is Hannah, Eugene Decor Jr. And the Valorant team battled the first match versus Syracuse and go off on an early lead up to 5-2 after 7 rounds. Syracuse settled in and ended the game on a 12-2 run to win 13-7. So then Syracuse then took down David City. We faced Amherst in the 3rd and 4th place match. Amherst put up a good fight, but eventually our guys were able to take over and win the game 13-9, securing third place. Let's go. So congratulations to those boys for the third place win.
Good job, boys.
Good job, man. So the Clash Royale team, Michael Hewlett, Cassius Carnes, Damon Pear, and then the sub was Haina Decor, Eugene. It says Clash Royale team took on David City to start the state tournament. All three players won their matches, and we advanced the next round with a flawless victory. Oh, flawless victory!
Flawless.
Let's go. Best of three. Second. Let's see here where I'm at. Second round semis, we ran into Elkhorn Valley. We started off the match in a 0-1 hole, but finished strong, winning the next two to advance to the championship. Let's go! In the championship, we faced off against a very good Stanton team. We fell short in all three matches, losing 0-3. Though each round was close, good effort by the team to finish second place at the fall state tournament.
There you go.
So congrats to those boys.
Good job, guys.
And then we got Super Mash Brothers, and then the subs on the other one, Eugene Decor, was actually in there. And then looks like Heine Morgan, and then Damon Pear was that sub. Super Smash Brothers team started things off well, beating Louisville 3 snaps to advance to the semis. And the semis started off hot against Stanton, going 2-0. After the first 2 rounds, Stanton settled in and won the next 3. Oh, came from behind, y'all. We got LeBron. After being 1 round away from the championship, we struggled in the following consolation match against David City, losing 0-3. That placed us in a match against Amherst for 5th and 6th. We were able to settle back and take down Amherst 3-0. So we got the 5th place. So congratulations, guys. That's the way to bounce back.
Yep.
Bro, that sounds like other sports too, right? It sounds like other sports too, bouncing back from being down 0-3 or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, good job. But then, during that time we was talking, Bethany was putting up the visuals of the state teams up there. So if you guys are watching, check them out, man. There's some good pictures of those young athletes right there, scholar athletes. All right, cool. So anyway, congratulations, guys. And then also thank you, Coach, for all the time you put in with these guys, and congratulations to you too on a nice fall season.
Good job. There you go, boys.
All right, so now we're gonna get into our list. Our list starts off, we're going to talk about David and Matthew Winget in the Peru State Bobcats. Let's go. So I know you've been following it because David and Matthew have been posting on their Facebook the scores, their games. They're hot. The Peru State team's hot.
They're like 7-1 right now, 6-1.
Yep, and they started off strong this season. There was a number of games where David and Matthew were in there. Making noise out there, and they're really making a difference down there for that school.
Oh yeah,
that's I've seen. I watched a couple of the games online, and it just seems like they're ready for this year.
Well, they're both older, another year maturity and stuff like that. So I mean, geez, Dave just had a birthday yesterday, right?
Yep.
I think he's 25 years old, and Matthew's got to be about 27, so they're probably the old guys on a team.
Yeah, they're probably playing against a lot of 18, 19, 20-year-olds,
Yeah. So that's why I said it's more experience, so that's good.
And that's what they're bringing to that team right there is that experience, because they've been playing ball at a high level ever since.
Yep.
Like when they were in high school, but ever since they left too, they've been consistently playing ball at a high level and training. So let's go on that. I know that. What's that award right there? Go back. David Winget Jr. Was selected as the Conference Men's Basketball Player of the Week.
Yep.
So that's pretty awesome accomplishment right there, and it's really early in the season. At the college level, they get the Conference Player of the Year and stuff like that too, and maybe we'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah,
let's keep an eye on that one.
They want dubs though. Get them dubs.
Yeah, and we saw some highlights of David getting some dunks and getting some and 1 threes, and then even one of the games that I watched, they come down to the wire. The ball was in his hands late in the game. And down by 1, or I think it was down by 1, down by 2 maybe.
Down by 2.
Yep. Ball's in his hands, and he turned it over.
What?
But Peru got the ball back again.
And it got in his hands again.
He goes up strong, gets an and 1,
yep,
and finishes the game off.
Yep, I seen that.
So
I didn't know he turned it over before that.
Yeah, you got to go back. You got to go back to about, I don't know, I think it's like 40-something seconds left or 30-something seconds left. Anyway, he finished the game off, and I'm so proud of him, man. So good job to him.
Yes, that's 2 buzzer beaters that he got, our game winners that he got on a college level so far. Then, because remember he did that with SDSU his freshman or whatever year it was.
Yeah, that same. He got the and one
3-point play. Yeah, same thing.
That's good. Clutch, man. His clutch. And so, speaking of the Winship brothers now, and we just got done talking about some of youth basketball. So our little bro, Pete, he's coaching for his first year this year. He's coaching the 4th grade Warpath team. So he got together himself with his little squad, his little 4th grade squad, and got all the boys together, the parents, and they all shipped him down with Pete and Amy. They brought a Suburban and a van down to go watch the Bobcats of Peru State play. And these boys now they're in the 4th grade, and Winnebago won the state championship 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
And so these boys right here in the 4th grade, and these guys are like what?
Babies.
They're like 7 years old. They're like a year old or something like that. Excuse me. And so the only place that these guys saw David and Matthew Winchett play was on these YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I know every parent had to show these guys those videos because you know what? Check this out. So they brought the Warpath team down, 4th graders, young guys. And after the game, they got to meet David and Matthew. And there's a visual up right now, a picture of the Warpath basketball team with those sickle jerseys. There with Matthew and David after the game. And man, you could see the excitement on on their face. There was even a youngster, one of the little teammates was later on, he was crying and they didn't know what was wrong with him and stuff. And they asked, Coach P asked him what was wrong and stuff like that. You know, is someone bothering you or something? He's like, no. He's like, I'm just happy because I got to meet my heroes. So that right there is just showing what kind of impact that Matthew and David and then any of the other athletes coming out of Winnebago playing college sports, the impact that they're doing in our community with these youngsters. So thank you, boys, for doing that, man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you for doing that because those 2 boys, those Winship brothers, and all the rest of us, you know, we were all those little kids before, and we all had our heroes, you know. And these guys got to live out their little, and they're gonna remember this for a long time. You know, and hopefully Matthew and David will be able to come watch a couple of their games too sometime this season.
When they won the state tournament, so this is 4th grade. My Carlina's 4th grade, and then I remember in the videos from when we were down there, then I was carrying Carlina. She was only about 4 months old, 5 months old. So,
so it had to be the year then.
These guys were all little babies then.
It had to be the year. Man, that's crazy. But anyway, man, so you boys, David, Matthew, and you guys just keep it up down there, man. And then since we're talking about Peru State, we just got a what do you call it, a promo or something like of Natasha Deal. She's doing real good down there too, bro. And we just got information. I think it was a post from Peru State showing that she lit him up for like 16 points or something like that, right?
Oh yeah, look like right there
against Bennett. I can't even pronounce that. Anyway, from a school from down in Kansas, and Natasha Dill was highlighted in an article, and there's a picture of her right there. Yeah, shout out to her. Shout out to her family. She's out there doing wonderful things for her people, representing good too. You know, and I think one of the articles said that she's a straight A student too. So let's keep it going there, Natasha.
She got that from her dad, Nate. Oh wait, did she?
What?
Got the straight A's.
Straight A's. Yes, straight A's. A's to nose.
A's to nose.
But anyway, keep it going, Natasha. We're still following you, girl. All right, now we're gonna get into high school boys and girls basketball season about to start. About to start here. So they've been practicing for the last couple weeks here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about the girls first real fast. Like, you know, Coach Markel and her coaching team there doing a real good job with the conditioning part of the game and also doing a lot of the mental part of the game too. So I know that they had conditioning as soon as volleyball was over. They started conditioning.
Yep.
And a lot of girls are there. Like a lot of the girls are there, just ready to go.
Yep.
And I think the impact that Coach Markel's doing, because she was their coach when they were little girls, like little third and fourth grade girls. So the impact that she's making at that level right there is huge. And so she's stressing conditioning. She's making these girls work out, lift weights too.
That's good.
So that's good. That's something we really need.
I think when you're talking about the mental part of everything too, that's probably the toughest part of the job, because when you get teenage girls that age, and geez, 5th to 6th grade, and then junior high, then that's when they're coming into themselves, and they got all the attitudes and all the talkbacks and stuff like that. So I know they've got a tough job. I know that's what one thing I didn't care. I don't want to say I didn't care, but I noticed Coach Walker, Sean Walker, when he does it last year, he was verbally, had to sometimes get after his girls because they would show attitudes out on the court, which nobody likes to see that. But it seems like to me he's kind of got it. I don't want to say in control, but he kind of knows what he does, knows what he can do to stop that attitude real quick.
I think probably the big part of that is the understanding part. I mean, the girls, they got to know that he understands that being a teen or a preteen female is tough. And he probably vocalized that, hey, I'm not a girl, I'm not a woman, but this is what I see as a coach. And then I mean, shoot, I don't know, maybe Maun is the only one who knows how to fix that, with those attitudes and stuff like that.
Girls read girls.
It's
just crazy.
But I think the coaching staff now with him, and then with Markel and her staff, I think we're in pretty good shape, because they'll learn a lot from Sean, and then once they get to the high school level, Markel will have them ready. Which brings me to the next point. What the team did, they actually held one of their practices, and they brought in an alumni honorary coach. And I remember Ileana Frenchman from the Winnebago Indians a few years back. Since Ileana graduated, she's played college basketball at I believe she played at Bacone,
I think,
and she played up at Siston Wapton, and then she also played a year at Little Priest. And so she's got a lot of college basketball experience under her belt, and so they had a practice and had Illy go up there and tell her story. And I think that is something that's huge that hardly ever happens, and we see we will see the impact that she's having on these young ladies too once the season starts, because I know a lot of the messages that she probably said, sunk in with the girls, because some of the girls, they can see themselves playing college sports when they get done. So who better to hear it from is from somebody who's recently been through it herself. So Coach cool. Markel, coaching staff, we really appreciate the gesture and the idea of having Illy come up and help you guys out with that, and then tell her story, because it's just motivation for these girls to make them better. So good job, girl.
Good job.
Okay, so on and on until the break of dawn. We're gonna go here to so then the boys, they know they have a tough game coming up on Monday. It's the Monday after Thanksgiving. We're heading down to Omaha South, where the boys will be taking on, I think the girls are playing Omaha South too, so the girls are starting too. So this is going to be the jamboree game for both the Lady Indians and the Winnebago Indians. Oh man, I can't wait. The Bagel boys been, I know for sure, been doing 2-a-days for a couple of weeks, trying to get the conditioning part taken care of, and then go through the offense and defense stuff like that, during their after school practice. But man, this is always a really interesting part of the season to see what you got. To see what you got. And I don't know if you remember, B Luv, but last year we didn't really have. We lost a lot last year. We lost our starting five. Those guards: Reese, Diami, Duran, and then
all of them.
Who was the other one?
Tall boy. what was his name?
Kevin.
And then Blackford, or what's his name? We just had him on. He was coaching his boys, tall boy, playing football. He's playing football now, college football.
Oh, Destin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was there too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we lost all those guys, and that was a big chunk, big chunk. And then last year we had 2 juniors, Cassius and Timmy.
Yeah.
And then Timmy went out with a knee injury early in the season, so we had Cassius. And so then now those 2 are seniors, and I believe Timmy got cleared to play.
That's cool.
And so we got 2 seniors, and then we didn't have any sophomores last year. And so then I don't know what they got this year, but then the remainder of the guys is all the sophomores and the freshmen. So our team's gonna be pretty young this year.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean they don't know how to play ball.
No. Well, you let Cassius do is running around like how he was bending last year. The kid is fast.
Yeah.
Quick and fast, and like I said before, he's getting a little older now too. So get more mature. So this is
make smarter decisions.
Yeah. And then so this kind of stuff, it's let him. I mean, you don't want to put a hold on him. Let him run. Let him do his thing. He might pick up a couple fouls, but he'll learn that too. Slow down enough to not pick up fouls. But he's a good little athlete. So I noticed that when he's a little guy, when we're reffing them the junior high games and JV games.
Yeah.
I said, all right, this kid's gonna be okay. So now he's a senior, time to shine. It might be his team, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. His team, so to speak.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff might go through him. Just kind of depends on who they can get for point guard. They need a
they need a point guard. They need a smart point guard.
Yeah.
Not just somebody who can bring the ball up. Somebody that's gonna make smart decisions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also somebody who can cover that defense on the other point guard.
Oh, for sure.
Somebody who can play defense on the other point guard. You need that guy.
For sure. Yeah. And that's probably going to be Cassius' watch, I bet, because he's so fast. So we'll see what happens. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we will, man. Oh, but hey, since we're talking about Cassius, there's another little article on Cassius now. The football season's over. Winnebago took second place, and that's all I'm going to talk about that. But Cash and a couple other boys got selected to go and play into the I think it's called like the Indigenous Bowl.
Oh yeah.
And then they play up in
Twin Cities?
Viking Stadium, baby.
Yep. Twin Cities. Yeah.
Viking Stadium. So Cassius and I believe Antrell both made it.
Cool.
I think, Antrell made it as a quarterback, and Cassius made it as wide receiver. And I was trying to think of anybody else made it, but I think those are the 2 that made it there.
Well, see, I tell you who. Like I said, I didn't watch too many of the games, but we talked about it last time I was on here. But Brian Kennedy's boys looked pretty good. Caden, yeah, he looked pretty good. Like he was deserving on some kind of award, but boy, he was laying the wood in that championship game.
Yeah, I think he was cramping up too in that championship game, but he was still going no matter what though. But that was that was huge. So congratulations to those boys for making it to the Indigenous Bowl, man. That's going to be a huge one. And I think the Adam James and Coach Tramner will be taking them up there. And yeah,
you guys get a chance. You guys, you're right downtown. There's a little place down there called Pizza Luce's. Someone got to get them a baked potato pizza.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
If you guys go downtown, make sure and get a hold of Buff. He'll get a hold of Butch, and Butch will come down and be your guys' bodyguard down there.
Yeah, we'll get you guys a pizza anyway.
Yeah. So, congratulations, boys, man. Can't wait to see how that goes. And then we'll go ahead and get into this next spot here. Okay, junior high boys. The junior high boys basketball team started their season last week. They went up to South Sioux with Class B school. I believe they're back down to Class B. But went in there took care of business. We have a Ho-Chunk boy that's playing for South Sioux right now, Mr. Caden Painter. Little 6'3" center, but he had a huge game for South Sioux. I believe he had a double, like maybe
nice.
16 points, about 12 or 14 rebounds, and he did huge for Winnebago, or for South Sioux.
Yeah.
But Winnebago still got the win. But a big, huge game from the Indians, and then Mr. Painter. And then that was on Thursday, and then a couple days after that, this past weekend, Saturday started off. Junior high boys had a tournament down in Pender. And it sounds like the A team and the B team both won the championship down at the
nice.
at the Pender Invite.
Nice.
Early in the season. So
heck yeah.
Congratulations, boys.
Good job, boys.
We have the high school or the junior high boys basketball team, right? The kind of like the main dudes. They're all Warpath basketball players. They all play on the weekends with Warpath. Even Mr. Painter plays with Warpath.
Hey, I thought there was 2 of them boys.
Oh, other ones in high school.
Oh,
other ones in high school.
This is junior high.
Yep.
Oh,
and
okay.
So like just showing up. I know myself and other Warpath coaches just showing up to watch these games. It's just fun to watch these games, you know. Seeing all the boys that are putting in all the work, you know, during our practices and stuff like that, out playing and just having fun, doing a good job, you know. So it's really fun to watch. Congratulations.
I still got to get over there to watch them play. I mean, I'm up there all the time when watching the girls play, you know, but I got to get over there. And a lot of times they play at the same time, so kind of got obligation to my granddaughters that I'm going to play. So that's playing.
Well, I'll let you know next time one of our squads playing, and then we'll get you over there. After one of the granddaughters' our games are done.
Yeah.
But speaking of, I like how you kind of gave me that little fade into the segment. Though. Speaking of,
just a little stuff I do.
The junior high girls basketball season is about ready to start. They haven't had a game yet, but they've been practicing for a few weeks.
Well, for the school, they haven't played.
No, not for the school.
Yeah, for the school.
I'm talking about the school.
Oh, okay.
Talking about the school teams. We already talked about the youth teams up there, but as for the school teams, their season starts on Tuesday, where Omaha Nation comes into town, and Winnebago's hosting them. And I believe that game's going to be right around 3:30 or so. I believe the boys and girls play at the same time. Girls will be in the main gym. Boys will probably be in that practice gym. And so, anybody want to come out to see that junior high rivalry game? Come on!
I was there at the arena games. You know, not to try and take it back, but the girls that are playing in the arena are junior high girls, probably like the A team, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So they're playing it, and they started a league. They played one game the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm thinking that they won every one of them. They played Bancroft Rosalie, and that's that team always gives our girls trouble, but they end up getting them. And you know, Sean Walker at the reins, you know, he's doing pretty good with these girls, you know. So I had this past weekend I went up there and watched, and then I was kind of getting after my Cassidy. I said she likes to shoot threes, and sometimes she'd be missing them, hitting the rim and missing them. So I told her, I said, you got to get the ball to drop once. I told her, I said, so you need to go, I said, fake a three, and then drive in. You should have a layup or a little bit short jumper right there. And I was on the sideline there, and then as soon as she got it, this is like 30 seconds later, she got it out there, faked it. The girl come running out. She took one dribble, went in, little floater. She turned around, looked at me, biggest smile on her face, all the way down, because I was like, you know, it's stuff that we see, something easy.
Yeah.
You know, get the ball to drop a little bit, then you'll be able to get that feel and then get it going. But just a little shout out to my grandbaby Cassidy. I always do it. So, and then the younger girls too. My Carlina, she's playing in their little team's doing really good. I think they won. She played twice. Well, she played with you guys that first game, and then she ended up playing with some more girls, and they ended up winning. So, I'm loving it, man. Loving it that my grandgirls are starting to pick this up, and they're actually not too bad.
Yeah, you could tell that a lot of these young ones, the boys and the girls that we're talking about, that man, they're finding that love for the game, you know. And I just had to talk about that whole thing about the love for the game.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, remember watching that Old School Come Fly With Me or something like that, when Jordan said that once you fall in love with the game, it's easy after that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's right, you know. Once you do fall in love with whatever sport that you fall in love with, you know, it's easy after that, because you want to learn. It's not like I gotta be there. Oh, my dad's making me, my mom's making me. No, I gotta be there because I want to be there. I want to learn. So that's the good one. That's the good one, man. So next week, y'all, junior high boys and girls both play Omaha Nation at home on Tuesday. So let's get on out there and let's fill those stands up.
Yep.
Before we leave the topic of junior high and high school basketball, let's talk about this new NSAA basketball rule change.
Man, it's a good thing you said that. I already forgot about it.
The rule change is, so there's no more 1-and-1s. No more 1-and-1s. It's every quarter the fouls reset. and on the 5th foul, each quarter, it's 2 shots.
Two shots. Anything. Yep.
So, there it is right there. So that's high school and junior high. Oh, we better remember that because we got a ref on Tuesday.
Yep.
So we got to make sure and remember that.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna do that first game, bro. Because like I said, because if they do if they do the boys and girls simultaneously, then I'm gonna want to watch my granddaughter play. Actually, I can't do the boys.
Best seats in the house is right there with that whistle.
I know, but the Cats would have about 30 free throws, so I ain't trying to do all that. That's what you did with your boys when you were reffing,
Yeah, every time I had to call foul, my boys would be like, I'm sorry.
Cats would have 30 points by the end of
30
the night.
points, no fouls.
Grimy.
But what do you think, though? I really want to ask you because when you were coming up, the foul line is where you was at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Foul line is where he's at. Now just think about it real quick. Like if there's no more 1-and-1, okay, that's as a coach, that's what I'm thinking about. There's no more 1-and-1.
Yeah.
It's always 2 shots.
Yeah.
So you can't even going to we gotta stop the clock, foul. Or go, let's get him to the line.
Yeah.
You can't do that no more.
That's right. That's what the only thing that I was thinking about is how, it's new to everybody. A coach has to learn how to do, they're going to have to learn that on when it comes down to time management and using your fouls, but it ain't going to, 1-on-1, it ain't going to matter. You get 2 shots, you get 2 shots. Yes. You just got to hope they miss the second one, rebound, that's bottom line.
Yeah, because even just game situation like that, think about a scenario that you need the 1-on-1. You need them to miss the front end.
Yeah.
There's no more of that. I mean, you literally got to either don't foul and get that to send them to the line, or you got to find the worst foul shooter.
Yeah,
and then deny everybody else.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's probably
deny everybody else, and then as soon as they throw the ball and then to whoever's open, which is the worst one, then try to get that or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's just that's the logical thing to do is that, but it's gonna get some getting used to. But I'm thinking it's gonna slow the game down. Where now, if you're playing you have a team that's real aggressive and like to reach and do that. And then that's just going to slow the game down. So we might get quarters that take a long time if we're calling fouls, and then the quarters are going to take a long time. So
you're right.
Now I'm thinking.
You're right.
I'm thinking that if they implement the shot clock, like I heard that they're going to be doing here too, not this year, but I heard that
in a couple years.
Yeah. So then that'll speed the game back up with those fouls. So that way, because you get those teams that just like to pass the ball around 12 times and then get a jump shot. You have a shot right here, and then you run 3 minutes up.
Boring teams.
Yeah. So that's what we didn't like.
Yeah, and then like you said, it's gonna extend the game.
Yeah.
Let's try to keep track, all right?
Yeah.
Let's try to keep track. Let's when the game starts, first game we ref, first when it starts and how long it takes because free throw lines always stop the clock. And then if you're not going to go to shoot one and miss it, then start the clock up after the rebound, you're actually sitting at the foul line for the entire time.
Yeah.
Man, we're going to have to track that. Let's check that out, man.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. That's the only rule change?
That is the only rule change so far. One that's going to make any kind of an impact.
Yeah, I got a buddy. I thought they're starting to do high school shot clocks in Minnesota this year. I could be wrong, but
we might check because I was thinking that Class A.
Maybe that's what it is.
I think Class A or Class A and B.
Yeah. So shot clock, best high school shot clock.
Yeah, high school shot clock. Okay, so anyway, so high school, that's the rule change. Goes to junior high too. Now we almost had a special secret guest come on the show earlier today. He came back from school for Thanksgiving break, but Mr. Dami Barrage.
Yep.
Mr. Dami Barrage just got home from Washington State from running the Nationals, the NAIA Nationals cross country meet out there. And man, his entire team got to run, bro. His entire team got to run, yeah.
So he didn't go out there by himself?
No, it was a team thing. So.
Dude, I'm thinking he's in high school again still.
This guy here, man, I don't know. B Love's living in the past. Man, I was living in the past. He's always talking about himself too.
I'm pissed.
Anyway, so he's back. He on his post from Facebook, he kind of sounded like he not disappointed, but he knew he could do better. But he was going through some from the qualifying. I guess he maybe strained a muscle or something like that in his lower back a little bit, and he was trying to heal it before the nationals. But after he ran and he hit some wet spots out there on the course, he knew that he wasn't healed up all the way. So he did what he could and ran as hard as he could, for how he felt and stuff like that.
You know what I heard?
What?
I heard that he was not saying that he's injured and he injured himself that way or anything, but I heard they're playing pickup ball and rec 5-on-5 or something that he ended up scoring up to get the coaches looking at us, had like 38 points in that game. And I was like, what the heck's wrong with this dude? I said, what if you tweak an ankle? You got to go run in Washington. If I was down there, if I would have thumped him in the head.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully that coach is watching. and then he can hoop, too. So.
Yep. Walk on it.
But I do want to say congratulations to Dami, man. Like, him and his squad for, like, even getting there.
Yeah.
And then what probably the most important thing was, bro, and it's not about the wins or the places and stuff. It was about the experience, and for him to see not just like what the tournament's about, the area geographically, but the competition level, bro. The competition level of that cross country running, And so he got to see the best of the best of the NAIA, the all the schools around the nation that are running at the same level as Diami. They were there, bro.
Look at the size of that leaf boy at Sarah's arm. You think that's is that photoshopped in there or what?
No, I think she's carrying that.
What?
I don't know.
That looked like it just fell in front of the camera.
But yeah, so
look at that. She is carrying it.
So Jeff and his family and Diami's grandma, everybody made it out there to Washington for the trip to watch it. It was the experience of a lifetime. So hopefully that Diami and them take them back again next year. So congratulations, Diami and Haskell.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We always kind of seem like we mentioned Diami's name on here, but he's just all around rounded athlete, man. It's just something. It's always fun to talk about him because he's doing big things too. Not everybody's doing big things, but this one he's fresh out of high school, so that's why we're kind of like and proud of him.
Yeah,
Jeffy did good. Dahmer,
he did. Yeah, and then I know Haskell loves to have him, so as a second generation man.
Yeah.
So so let's get into this next one, bro. The next one is gonna be. This one's coming up pretty soon. This one's coming up not this weekend, but next weekend. But one of our very own. Remember we talked about. We had a Carlos Trinidad Snake on here on the show before, and he came in to talk about his fight. And then he went out and fought the number one contender. And then so his next fight might be for the belt. Well, his big bro is going to be in action here next weekend.
2 weeks. It's like the 9th.
It's right there.
Or the 8th, yeah.
On December 8th in Lincoln at the Pinnacle Bank Arena. Now that is the biggest venue in Lincoln, and Gabriel Trinidad Snake is going to be fighting for the Dynasty Combat Sports, and I believe that's all no holds bar, all full contact kind of MMA type fighting, right?
Yeah, no biting, eye gouging, or hitting in the junk. But other than that, everything else goes.
But yeah, so I believe him and his family are still on Facebook trying to sell tickets there. So anybody that's interested to go watch those fights on December 8th at the Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln. The doors open at 6 o'clock, so all the fights are going to be starting around 6. And I know that they have a packed schedule.
Yeah.
And you can get the tickets at Ticketmaster, or just reach out to Gabriel Trinidad Snake or Carlos Trinidad Snake
or their mama.
Or their mama, Annabelle.
I seen Annabelle down at the clinic the other day. Yeah. And
she tried to fight you?
Yeah, she tried to get me in a hold or something. But I was down there, and then I asked her when Gabriel fought again, and I mean what the date was, and the date coming up on the 8th. I think I might be out of town that day, so I told her I wasn't gonna make it, but I'll catch his next ones and stuff. But I said whatever they if there's a link to go, I'd like to watch it still. So I'll be out of town for once, taking a couple of days off.
Taking a couple of days off again?
For once.
For once again?
For once again.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna try to make it down there, bro. Cool. So maybe Gabriel or Carlos or Annabelle, maybe hit me up. I'm gonna get some of your tickets. Okay,
cool.
So
good luck too,
Neff. So we'll get that one out of the way. So now brings us to topic number 6. Do we even talk about it, man? Nebraska Cornhuskers, or do we just chat about them after the Iowa game?
We can share about 30 seconds on these clowns.
All right. Well. Okay. You're my Nebraska expert wearing Husker stuff all the time. So let's get it going.
I ain't got nothing else. That's why. Well, as everybody knows, 11 o'clock on Friday, our beloved Huskers are gonna try to become bowl eligible by beating rival Iowa Hawkeyes. So I don't know, with injuries and our quarterback issues, where we don't know what we used 3 quarterbacks last week or 2 weeks ago, and they all had interceptions, and it's like I don't even know what to do anymore. It's just get Scott Frost back, let him quarterback for us.
Not coach, but quarterback.
Yeah, just get him in there and do something, man.
Well, I know that I'm gonna watch the game. I'm pumped up for this game.
I know why you're fired up. I do that. I do my weekly board for all the Husker games, and Quinn's got some good numbers on there.
Yeah.
I went live on my Facebook earlier and drew numbers. Had my grandson draw numbers, and so whoever all got in, check it out. And I posted it. Yeah, Quinn's got some good ones. That's why he's fired up.
I've finally got some good ones, man. Hey, how about last year? Remember that one time I picked four in a row straight down the line?
Yep.
And
all 4 hit.
I won all 4.
Yeah, that's because
why couldn't it have been a game like?
Yeah, it was froze. I mean, they
yeah.
were froze on a number.
Yeah.
Where that team,
nobody scored.
Yeah, and then
that was beautiful.
Too bad it wasn't how much it was now.
I know, right? Hey, but what we was talking about too. We're kind of coming to the end of the show, and we both can give out an athlete of the week, man. We've been talking about a lot of the athletes from around here, and so think about yours. But in the discussion before that, and I just wanted to also mention to the viewers that next week will actually be our 1-year anniversary. 1-year anniversary for the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. We've been going for a whole year. We missed a couple weeks, man, but we had good reasons to miss those weeks.
Yeah.
And I think we covered the Winnebago area sports, and I think we could do a better job covering the Omaha Nation and Santee sports.
Yeah.
So hint. Coaches, inbox me.
Holla at your boy.
And I'll hook it up.
Hey, just gonna apologize to the listeners that I'm not gonna be here next week. I've got a job. I got training I'm going to. Of course, made it smell like sheesh up in here. I'm just saying that. But yeah, I'm gonna be gone, so I think we might get the Coach Huge when he quits traveling the world to come over and sit in for me. Landslide Decora.
Landslide quits traveling the world.
Yeah, get in here.
Represent the people.
Watch that.
But yeah, so I was thinking about my athlete of the week, bro. And I was thinking, that one of the alumni was mentioned today, and she helped out the girls basketball team.
Okay.
And I think that the message that she could bring to those young ladies is just monumental. I think it's just huge, So Ileana Fremont, you're my athlete of the week. I have this here for you. If you're still in town, you swing by my office after Thanksgiving, or I'll find you, or I'll give it to Leah or somebody like that. So, but I got you. All right, B Luv.
Well, I didn't really think about it too much. I'm trying to think of, because we got Don, we doing everything all the time. David gets it, Hey, let's go with Matthew. I seen Matthew got to see the floor a lot this past couple games. So they use his experience on the court, and he's sitting there with his little brother on these pictures right here. But yeah, let's roll with Matthew on this one. Yeah,
that game that the 4th grade Warpath went to, he got a lot of clock. I think they said he had 12 points, and he was playing like the Matthew his senior year.
Yeah.
His senior year at Bago. That's how he played. He was hooping.
Yeah.
So good job. That's a good selection, man.
Yeah, we'll go with Mato.
It seems like since David went to Memphis and D1 schools like that kind of Matthew kind of gets put on the back burner, but he's the cap, man. He's the cap. If there was no cap, there would be no goat.
That's right.
That's my dog. And with that, bruh, we're going to go ahead and end it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to 100.9 FM KWTN. You are listening to the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Coach Q, along here with my big bro, B Luv.
B Luv.
And we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.